Joe, Jalen had a game-high 12 assists. What did you see from him, both in terms of his facilitating, getting everyone involved, but also the leadership that he demonstrated tonight?
Yeah, I think his leadership came on the defensive end, just with his physicality and his presence. Thought the dive into the bench kind of changed the game for us. There was other game-changing plays, but I thought that was one of them. So he was just great on all levels. Just took it upon himself to guard Brunson, set the tone, and he did that on both ends.
Joe, what led to you going to Fluke there to start the second half, and can you speak just to how big of a boost he gave you guys in that third quarter? Luke.
Yeah, he was great. Just both ends of the floor. Did a great job protecting the rim, did a great job defending without fouling, did a great job on both ends of the floor. So I just thought his presence was good, especially on the rebounding. Had 9 rebounds, 2 offensive ones. He made some big-time plays for us.
Joe, Luke's positioning, his ability to occupy space in the dunker spot, and just on both ends of the floor. How have you seen him improve? Has he always been good at that? How big are those little adjustments underneath the basket for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, he's just good at being in the right place at the right time, anticipating the play on both ends. So can go to different layers of our defense, can do different stuff on offense, but it's just his basketball IQ. He works at it. He's also a really smart player. Works hard.
Joe, how good was it to get Sam back tonight?
It was great. Another layer of a different level of offensive pace. And I think he had some good defensive stops, but I was getting another guy out there that could move, screen, cut, facilitate, create 2-on-1s in different ways. I thought he gave us some good stuff.
Joe, quicker subs, it felt like tonight, going to Pritchard, going to Cornette. In a situation like this, when you're in an elimination game, when you see, maybe certain lineups or certain things might be a better way to go, how much do you have to adjust in that moment to go to some decisions like that quicker? How much do you alter your coaching approach in an elimination game?
Drew had 2 fouls, so we went with Peyton early. So, you have to adjust in that situation. But at the end of the day, you just, that's something that we've always done. Just play different lineups, do what makes sense, try to win the matchup on both ends of the floor. Obviously, foul trouble played in some of the substitutions that we made, in both halves.
Joe, is this the most connected you felt like the group was on both ends of the floor tonight, just in terms of flow, creating shots, and also on the defensive end with switching off and so forth?
I mean, it's tough to say. This team's been around a long time. They've done stuff together. I think it was just we did what was necessary to do what we needed to do to get back to New York. So made winning plays on both ends of the floor. Each guy, everybody in that locker room has another layer that they can get to. And, they did that as the game went on, and we just have to continue to do that. But it's a credit to the guys in the locker room. Get another shot to play.
Joe, kind of following that up with an emotional, I'm sure, couple of days, how did you like the response from your team in an elimination game with everything they've been through and the way they came out tonight?
Yeah, like I said, whatever it is that we got to go through, there's no bunch of people I'd rather do it than the guys in that locker room. It's that simple. And they made enough plays to win. Gave us another chance to play.
Joe, you've always trusted your core lineup. You don't change the main lineup a ton. You trust your top players. So making the switch going away from KP for the second half, just how difficult of a decision has it been kind of maybe evaluating that throughout the series and then making that call tonight?
He couldn't breathe, and so he was available if absolutely necessary, and so that was just a decision between me and him. He was having just difficulties breathing, but he wanted to be out there, and if we absolutely needed him, we would have been able to go to him and rely on him. But you've seen a lot of that this year. Changing the lineup at halftime is something that we've done a lot, this year, because it just adds a different dimension and can change sub patterns throughout the game. So it's a credit to the guys just buying into what gives us the best chance to win each and every night. And I know KP will be ready for us.
Joe, stylistically, without Jason, what did you guys focus on? What do you need to do without him to be at your best?
Again, you never want to be without any of your players, especially one of your best ones, but we've gotten plenty of reps at that. And regardless of who the player is out, each guy steps up and plays a different role. And so, we have multiple identities on both ends of the floor, and tonight we were able to tap into, one of the ones that we have without him, and we just got to continue to do that.
And you guys don't often find yourselves with your backs against the wall. And, here you are in probably the toughest situation. What is it about your team that's able to respond in these moments?
I mean, that's just who they are as people. I mean, just the character of those guys. Been around. A lot of these guys have been around the league a long time, and they've seen a lot. And to me, you just rely on the character of the guys, the togetherness, the staff. At the end of the day, you don't get to pick the test that you have. You just pick how you respond to them, and and that's kind of how life works.
Joe, they didn't score for the last 3:12 of the third, so you ended that quarter well. Was there anything you guys did differently with the big lead? And it seemed like you were more aggressive, passed up good shots for great shots. It just seemed like you guys were a little bit more intentional in the fourth quarter.
I probably kept our pace. We lost the first quarter, and then we bounced back and able to win the second and the third. To me, I think we just kind of kept the pressure on both ends of the floor. I think those plays that impact leads and impact winning, transition, leak out dunks, offensive rebound threes, the momentum plays, the things that can impact those, we minimize those tonight. And, we have to continue to do that.
And sorry, what's the kind of the feeling now? You live to fight another day. I mean, how does the approach change any that you're going back to New York? Is there a sense of, I don't know, satisfaction, but just like, okay, one step and now we take the next one?
Yeah, you just got to keep it in. 4 hours ago, we just had to win one game. Now we just have to win one game, and that's just kind of how you have to look at it. So we got to win one road game. Obviously, they're going to play their absolute best. And, we're going to have to do whatever it takes. But I think, just constantly looking at it, I've just got to win one game and take it from there.
Joe, the game really seemed to change in the third quarter there. What adjustments, if any, did you make at the half to give your team that advantage?
Luke started, which, I thought his presence kind of changed a little bit. I think they had, I can't remember how many offensive rebounds they had in the first half, but it felt like a lot, and I think we minimized that in the third quarter. We were able to take some of those away. Usually if there's a less than a 25-point quarter, you didn't foul, you got back in transition, and you kind of rebounded the basketball at a high level. I think we had one turnover in the second half. So we were able to generate most of our possessions into shots, and we have to be able to continue to do that.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks.